The glass doors of the luxurious five-star hotel slammed open with such force that every head in the lobby turned. A tall, broad-shouldered man in an immaculately tailored suit stormed through, his dark eyes burning with fury. His expensive leather shoes echoed sharply against the marble floor. This was not a man who belonged to chaos, but at this moment, rage radiated off him like fire. This man was Sheikh Zayed Al Mansour, one of the wealthiest Arab billionaires in the world. Known for his empire that stretched from oil to technology, he was feared and respected in equal measure. But tonight, he was neither calm nor composed. "Get me my car," he barked in accented English, his deep voice commanding absolute silence. Hotel staff scrambled nervously, bowing their heads. They whispered among themselves, no one dared to ask why he was leaving in such a storm. Rumors already spread fast, a business deal had collapsed, a betrayal had cut deep, or perhaps an insult had crossed the line. Whatever it was clear Sheikh Zayed was furious, and when he left, people lost jobs. Entire businesses could crumble. But then, something unexpected happened. As Zayed's long strides carried him toward the waiting Rolls-Royce, a soft, almost hesitant voice floated through the air. It wasn't English. It wasn't the broken, uncertain tone he was used to hearing from foreigners trying to impress him. It was flawless Arabic. Ma'lesh ya Sayyidi, bas mumkin tsalni, hal antabik hair? Forgive me, sir, but may I ask, are you all right? Zayed froze mid-step. His jaw clenched. Slowly, he turned around, searching the lobby with narrowed eyes. His people stopped in confusion. Who dared speak to him in his mother tongue so naturally? And then he saw her. Standing awkwardly in a simple uniform, holding a mop and a cleaning bucket, was a young girl no older than 18 or 19. Her eyes were wide, innocent but filled with courage. Her dark hair was tied back, her clothes plain, her shoes worn. She was the janitor's daughter, often seen quietly helping her father clean the hotel floors late at night. The billionaire blinked. He wasn't used to being addressed this way, especially not by someone invisible to the world around him. Who spoke? His voice was sharp, but there was a strange edge of curiosity in it. The girl hesitated, then stepped forward, her small hands trembling slightly. It was me, sir. Her Arabic flowed like a river, soft and melodic, not the clumsy attempt of a foreigner. Anna Asfa. I just thought, you looked very upset. Zayed stared at her as though she were a riddle he couldn't solve. In this foreign land, he had only been surrounded by businessmen, translators, and opportunists. No one had spoken to him so directly, so sincerely, and in the very language of his heart. What is your name? He demanded. She lowered her eyes respectfully. Layla, sir. I'm just helping my father tonight. Just a janitor's daughter. And yet, something about the way she carried herself, the sincerity, the concern, the courage, made Zayed's rage falter. The connection. The staff expected him to brush her aside. But instead, Sheikh Zayed motioned for his men to stop. He turned fully toward Layla. You speak Arabic fluently, he said slowly. How? Layla bit her lip nervously, but then explained. Her mother had once been a language teacher in Dubai before tragedy forced them to move back. She had taught Layla Arabic since childhood. After her mother passed away, Layla kept practicing books, films, conversations with strangers, anything to keep the language alive. Her father, now a janitor, worked tirelessly to provide for her education. But money was tight, and Layla had to help him at the hotel after classes. She had dreams, big ones, but life had made her small. And yet here she was, standing tall before a billionaire, unafraid. Zayed's expression softened for the first time that night. He saw in her eyes something he rarely found in boardrooms: purity, honesty, and resilience. You remind me of someone, he murmured in Arabic, his voice lower now. Who? Layla asked softly. My younger sister, he admitted. She too was brave, never afraid to speak the truth. His throat tightened. She passed years ago. The lobby was silent. Even the bodyguards seemed unsure what to do. For a moment, the furious billionaire wasn't furious anymore. He was just a man, broken, human, searching for something he thought he had lost forever. The challenge. In the days that followed, Sheikh Zayed did not leave the country as planned. Instead, he summoned Layla and her father privately. The hotel manager panicked, fearing the worst, but Zayed surprised everyone. "I want to sponsor her education," he declared. Layla gasped, her eyes filling with tears. Her father nearly fell to his knees in gratitude. But Zayed raised a hand. "No. You will not thank me as if I am a king. This is not charity. This is recognition. You spoke to me when no one else dared. You reminded me of something I had forgotten, that sometimes, the smallest voice carries the greatest truth." Layla was overwhelmed. But challenges lay ahead. The scholarship meant she could study abroad, but it also meant entering a world of privilege where many looked down on her background. Other students mocked her humble origins, her father's janitorial work, and even questioned why a billionaire would sponsor a nobody. There were nights she cried, questioning if she belonged. But every time she felt weak, she remembered Zayed's words. "Your voice is powerful. Never silence it." So she persevered. She studied harder than anyone else, excelled in languages, and built connections through sincerity rather than wealth. Years passed, and Layla grew into a confident, eloquent young woman, known not for where she came from, but for what she stood for. The resolution. One day, during an international conference, Layla stood on stage, delivering a powerful speech about equality, kindness, and the importance of giving opportunities to those society overlooked. She spoke in English, but halfway through, she switched to Arabic, her voice ringing with emotion. Among the audience, Sheikh Zayed watched proudly, tears threatening his usually steely eyes. She ended her speech with words that struck every heart. Sometimes, all it takes is one person to listen, one person to believe, and one moment of courage to change a life forever. The hall erupted in applause. Cameras flashed. But Layla's eyes sought only one figure, Zayed, who stood in ovation. In that moment, the billionaire knew his anger on that night years ago had not been a curse, it had been fate, leading him to a girl whose voice healed wounds deeper than money ever could. Final emotional message for your channel. And so, my dear listeners, remember this: kindness has power. A single word, a small act of courage, can freeze even the most powerful in their tracks. Layla, the janitor's daughter, changed not only her own destiny but touched the heart of a man who thought nothing could move him again. What do you think? If you were in Layla's place, would you have spoken up? Or stayed silent? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Be Kind Always, where we bring you stories that remind us that compassion and courage can change the world. Because in the end, no matter who we are, kindness is the true wealth we leave behind.